No, I said you probably have to go back to the time you were a kid to find a run of Australian results away from home this bad, starting with the Test tour of India. How confident are you that the squad that's going to play the Ashes can turn things around, and what would that confidence be based on?
Well, you're probably right. There's probably not a great deal of confidence there, but it's just a very different mindset, I think, going from a one-day tournament to a Test tour. I don't think it's mattered where sides have been ranked going forward or in the past. The Ashes just tends to bring out something special in both sides. And whatever can be written and said leading up into those games, but until that first Test and the result of that first Test, I think that'll dictate how the summer plays out. I think there's a huge importance in the results of the first couple of Tests.
What was the talk in the dressing room for that last wicket partnership?
I guess a bit of light-hearted humour. It was great to see those guys battle it out, and it would have been really nice to get a win and get over the line there. But unfortunately, not to be. It was a bit of a hard one. I mean, once the 29 overs had ticked over, a sting went out of it a little bit. Resigned to the fact that the tournament was over for us, but. There's a lot of pride, and there's a lot of pride between. There's a lot of competition between Xavier Doherty and Clint Mackay. They both think they should be batting number 10, so there was a lot on the line today. We said whoever could finish not out might get the number 10 role going forward.
George, how do you sort of sum up the tournament? You did have a bit of bad luck as well there in the middle game.
We said at the start of the tournament that you need to start well. You get to dictate terms, your confidence is up, and obviously the way weather came into it, that ends up playing a really big part. Yeah, I'd say there was a little bit of bad luck. We were really confident the score we had against New Zealand on that worn wicket was going to be enough. We thought we'd started really well, but I guess that's part of the game. There's not much you can do about that.
I'll just ask you how the week's been for you being captain. I imagine it's been quite a challenge with the events that have happened.
Well, I was only really captain again this morning when Pup was ruled out. It's been good having him back, and there was a real chance that he was going to play. Circumstances, I think, almost dictated that he didn't. I think if it had been a 50-over game, then he might have been a better chance to play. But the up in the air nature of how today was going to pan out probably played against him, as has the weather for the last couple of days. Trying to get some really good training under his belt. It's been really difficult.
Judge, how worried should Australia be about the disappointing form of Shane Watson and Phil Hughes, two of the better batsmen playing the Ashes?
For the Ashes?
Yeah, leading up to the Ashes.
Every batsman would like to be scoring runs, there's no doubt about that. But all of these guys will have to put this tournament behind them, whether they've scored runs or not, and just focus on going forward. And that's no different for an Australian player to any other international player. Everyone has form slumps, everyone has their ups and downs. As a team, I think there's a really big challenge that's going to be ahead of them in the next couple of months. And I think what Australia have done this time is that they've got a really good preparation. A couple of games against counties. I think a couple of the guys, the batters from this group, will maybe even join up and play the Australia A game that's due to start later this week. So there's going to be plenty of opportunity for those guys to get some match practice in. Plenty of opportunity to get lots of practice against the Duke's balls in.
George, do you anticipate Michael Clarke playing in the first Ashes warm-up game against Somerset at Taunton next week?
I've got no idea when that is.
Well, it starts on, I think it's Thursday next week.
Yeah, I would imagine he would. Yeah, I mean, as I said, I think if he'd been able to get outside and get a bit more training under his belt in the last couple of days, if this had been a 50-over fixture in terms of us being able to play it as a 50-over fixture, I think he would have been a really good chance to play this game.
Is he one of those you think might play for Australia A this week?
No.
Where do you think it all went wrong in this campaign? What do you sort of see as the worst aspect of the team?
Losing, the way the net run rate works, losing to England by 45 runs hurt us. That seems to have been the thing, and that's disappointing. And apart from that, I mean, that's really all we did wrong. That dictated the terms we had to play today. So I think losing that first game was basically our major cock-up.
What's the positive you can take, or Australia can take into the Ashes from Champions Trophy, if there is any?
I think James Faulkner's been really impressive. I think it's been good to have a lot of guys over here playing a lot of cricket in the lead up to the Ashes. There's guys that have been over here, so it's not necessarily just on the Champions Trophy group, but a lot of guys that have been playing county cricket. Obviously the Australia A group's over here. The Champions Trophy boys that have been here for a number of weeks have been getting used to the conditions, different coloured ball and different format, but all of that plays a part, getting settled in. So I think all of those things, they'll take some positives out of them.
With Jayawarden, there seemed to be a bit of friction between him and Matthew Wade, and then when you walked off the field, there seemed to be a bit of anger as well. Could you just clear that up for us?
Yeah, I'm not sure how that started.
Not sure what it was about at all.
No. But I mean, at the end of the innings, I just tried to calm it down. I mean, they're both passionate people. I think both guys teammates on either side would say they love playing with that sort of passion. So I've no idea what it was about, but I thought once the innings was over, it was probably time to put it to bed.